Everybody, a quick update. So I'm doing much better this week. I finally went and saw my new therapist, and she's great. I love her. And to anyone who is on the fence about therapy, give it a try. And if just like any doctor that you go see or any healthcare professional, period, whether it's a doctor, dietitian, therapist, masseuse, acupuncturist, PT, OT, doesn't matter. You have to be happy with the person that you're going to see. So, my recommendation is to keep trying. If you go to therapy the first time and you meet someone, first of all, it's really hard to judge on the first meeting because that's often a very formal, uptight kind of intake meeting where you rehash everything that's going on in your life and in your brain and all of that. And you really don't know if someone's going to be able to help you at that first meeting. So don't judge it too harshly. You need to go a couple of times to know if it's right for you. But you also need to have the right person. And if you go and you think, well, this might be helpful, but I'm not really jiving with the person that I'm assigned to or that, you randomly made an appointment with, go back and see someone else. Chances are that they're not going to be offended. They might also feel that they're not gelling well with you, but they're not going to, tell you to leave. So if you bring it up to them and say, I think this therapy thing might work out, but I'm not really sure that this is the best fit, or I'd like to try something else or someone else, then they're going to help you. Oftentimes they'll have some references that they can give you and find a better fit because that's all that matters. And if you're not gelling with someone, it isn't a good fit, then it's not going to help. And you're just going to come out of therapy hating it and not getting anything out of it. So that's my little thing about therapy. Try it if you're having anxiety, depression, even if you're just in a stressful place. Having someone who, you can talk to and who's not going to judge you is all that matters. It's a huge piece of the puzzle in this life where we drive ourselves too hard. You need to take the power back in your life and decide that you really have the power over your own life and you can really choose your perspective. You may not be able to choose your circumstances or your situation, but you can choose how you look at it. And when you're coming from a dark place, like depression, or you're coming from an anxious place, that can be really hard to come to terms with, but you really can change how you look at things, and that can change your life, honestly. Another thing that can change your life is fiber. And the reason I bring this up is because I'm here at university, and I've been noticing, looking around me at the things that people eat, my roommates, and in the dining hall even. I don't personally eat at the dining hall, but I know a lot of people who do. And it's a little bit sad. And, you kind of wonder how much your body influences your mind, right? So you often think like mind over matter. Well, what you're eating also influences your mind and how you think and your mentality and your mental health. So I bring up fiber because we all know what fiber does, right? The main thing we think of when we think of fiber, right? Elimination. And by elimination, you know what I mean. So staying regular, it's a huge deal. People don't think so, but it's a huge deal. It influences your mood, your concentration, anything to do with focus, and like your body being uncomfortable, that's always on your mind, right? Like you think pain, you think, pressure, you think uncomfortable feeling. When you don't eat enough fiber, you're going to be having those things and you can't focus. And eat your fiber, people. Just do it. It puts you in a better mood, and everybody around you is in a better mood. And a note on Crohn's disease, since most, if not all of you, know at this point that I have Crohn's disease. Fiber is not altogether a bad thing for Crohn's disease, and especially when you're in remission or you're not in an active disease flare state. Fiber is incredibly important. What fiber does is it eliminates things from the body, like we talked about. So if you have toxins sitting in your colon, in your bowel, leaching into your body, like that's not good. That's going to give you disease state elsewhere. And we know people with inflammatory bowel diseases and other diseases of the intestines, such as celiac disease, and people who have had colon cancers or polyps or anything like that, that there's this leaky gut quality, meaning that substances that are in the intestinal tract, which is considered exterior of the body, your intestinal tract goes from your mouth to your anus, and it is not considered inside of the body. So you can have lots of things in your intestinal tract that are never meant to enter your body, meaning enter your organs, your tissues, your bloodstream. So if you have leaky gut and you're getting proteins, bacteria, things from your gut into your body, that is not good. And the longer things sit in there, right, that are not being eliminated, the higher the chance of things coming from the outside of your body into your body through your blood. So fiber, incredibly important for people with IBD and celiac and polyps and things like that. Anyone with a family history of colon cancer, the more fiber you get in your life before that becomes an issue for you, the better. I love oatmeal in particular. As someone who has Crohn's disease, oatmeal is a huge part of my life. And whenever I'm in a flare state, as long as it's not a really bad flare to the point where I'm like liquids only, I will eat oatmeal and I just cook it longer. That's it. You just cook it and cook it and cook it until it's mush, and you eat it like that. In fact, you can even eat strained oatmeal and you'll still get some of the fiber, but not all of it. You'll get a lot of the soluble fiber, which is the fiber that builds bulk, not the fiber that pushes things through you super quickly. That would be insoluble fiber. For example, insoluble fiber would be something like celery or a lot of other uncooked plant things like raw carrots, apple skins, things like that. Soluble fiber would be like pectin from fruit. So apples, the interior of apples, for example. So fiber is not altogether bad. In fact, it's quite good. And for most people, most healthy people, you should really consider having a high fiber diet. And by high fiber, I mean 25 to 35 grams a day. Most Americans get about 15, so half. And when you consider some of the other health benefits besides digestive health and the regularity, lowering your blood glucose levels. Anyone who's pre-diabetic, I would consider going on a high fiber diet. It keeps you from absorbing some of the glucose, and it keeps things sitting in your stomach longer, so you feel full. You can either eat high fat to feel full, or you can eat high fiber to feel full. And when you are in a state where maybe you need to lose or maintain weight, high fiber rather than high fat, right? It can also help lower serum cholesterol levels, which is how that little heart on the oatmeal can, that's how oatmeal protects you. It keeps some of the cholesterol from being reabsorbed into your body, and you end up with lower blood serum cholesterol levels. So, therapy and fiber, who knew they had a connection? Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, and hopefully I'll be back to making videos on a regular basis. I am in a much better headspace. I also got a couple of things accomplished this week that I wasn't sure I would get to, so that's making me feel productive. And I have a 4-day weekend now, so I'm planning on pre-filming and getting some better ideas going, keeping the blog posts regular. I really do appreciate people who are tuning in and reading the blog posts. I mean, mostly they are for my own benefit, but it really makes me happy that people are reading, watching, and enjoying. So like and share if you like this type of content, and subscribe if you want to see more of me. And thank you, and I will see you in a few days.